Taylor Swift might be getting ready for the next Billboard Music Awards, but her bank account should be getting ready for a new kind of shake it off, the Taylor Swift tax. Her $30 million mansion could cost her a yearly $136,000 just for being a celebrity with a second home. What is this tax? Why does it exist? And who else needs to pay it? Let's break down this Taylor Swift tax and see why it is making headlines. Before we start, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos that make inequality and tax easier topics to learn about. Taylor Swift's Rhode Island estate, known as High Watch, is just more than a luxurious retreat. It's a symbol of superstar wealth. Nestled in the exclusive Watch Hill area, the mansion is estimated to be worth more than $30 million. Yeah, $30 million. While most of us can just dream about having such home, even Taylor Swift can't just blank space her way out of this tax. So, what gives? Why Rhode Island wants to knock on the door of one of the biggest superstars on the earth? That's where the so-called Taylor Swift tax comes in. A law which is designed to target homes that are empty most of the year. And trust me, the numbers are big enough to make anyone sit up and pay attention. Stick around because we're going to break down this law to see how exactly it works, what it means for Taylor, and maybe for other super rich someday. Alright, now let's get into the nuts and bolts of this law. It's officially called the Non-Owner Occupied Property Tax Act. Sounds a little creepy, right? Basically, this law targets mansions and luxury houses that are empty for most of the year. So, if you own a luxury house in Rhode Island that you don't use it for most of the year, you have to pay this tax. There is one major exemption though. If you rent out this luxury house for 183 years and a day, this tax doesn't apply. So this law is basically designed to encourage the owners either live in their houses or rent them out. Now, here's the math. The tax is assessed at $2.50 for every 500 above $1 million. So for Taylor Swift's $30 million mansion, that could be around $136,000. Yep, that's a six-figure surcharge just for having a vacation glamorous house. The tax is starting on the 1st of July 2026, and it's payable in 4 equal installments, due in September, December, March, and June. So even pop stars like Taylor Swift aren't safe, and this law is coming for everyone with an empty luxury house in Rhode Island. So you might be wondering, why is Rhode Island suddenly so interested in Taylor Swift's mansion? Well, it's not personal. It's about housing and fairness. The state has been dealing with the shortage of homes, especially for the high-demand areas like Watch Hill. Luxury houses sit empty for most of the year, while the locals are struggling to find suitable houses for themselves. By taxing these available houses, Rhode Island is encouraging the owners to either move in or provide their houses to be rented out for the locals. It's also a revenue booster. The money collected from this tax can be used to fund local services and programs. So it's not just hitting the wealthy, it's potentially helping the local. And Rhode Island is not alone. Across the USA, other states are also experimenting these new policies to address empty luxury houses. In other words, Taylor Swift's mansion just happens to be a very headline-worthy example. But the real idea is bigger than just one celebrity. So, Whether you're a big fan of her music or not, this Taylor Swift tax shows how governments are starting to think differently about wealth, property, and social responsibility. And for Taylor, it's a reminder that even pop royalty has to play by its own rules. Now, let's zoom out a little. The Taylor Swift tax is part of a bigger conversation about taxes and wealth. Around the world and across the USA, governments are trying to find ways to make sure that the super rich are paying their fair share. Luxury property taxes are just one tool in this toolbox. They target high-value assets to turn unused wealth that just sits empty for most of the year into benefits for the public good. If this tax can touch Taylor Swift, that is a signal to other property owners to take care of their empty luxury houses. The days of just letting expensive houses collect dust might be over. So, while it's funny to talk about Taylor Swift's $136,000 tax, it also shows a bigger picture about fairness and housing availability. It is important that wealth works for the whole society, not just remains in the hands of a few. Okay, let's wrap this up. The Taylor Swift tax targets luxury houses worth more than $1 million that are left empty for most of the year, and they are a secondary home. Owners either have to live in their houses, rent it for most of the year, or pay an extra tax. We believe it's good because it encourages the owners to either live in their houses or just leave it for the rental. The law helps increase housing availability and also generates revenue for funding public benefits, making wealth work for the community and not just sitting idle in hands of a few. Is this new law a good decision to implement? Tell us what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this spicy mix of pop culture and taxes, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to HumanX channel for more content like this. Bye for now!